Good morning, primary class. This is Miss Daniela with your Thursday lesson in our story, Free at Last. But first, let's do our memory verse again. Almost have it memorized. He led them on safely so that they did not fear. Psalm 78, verse 53. He led them on safely so that they did not fear. Psalm 78, verse 53. All right. Now, Pharaoh wasn't worried. With the sea in front of them, a mountain on one side and his army behind them, he knew that the Israelites were trapped. Then early in the morning, the cloud lifted and Pharaoh could see that the Israelites were gone. Right through the sea was a wide, wide road with a wall of water on each side, and Pharaoh was furious. "Chase them," he ordered. Exodus 14, verse 23 tells us, "And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them into the midst of the sea, even all of Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen." Foolish, wicked Pharaoh determined to have his way, but God had promised to free his people. So what happened next? In verse 24, and the people murmured against Moses. Wait, sorry, that's the next chapter. And it came to pass in the morning watch that the Lord looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. 25. And took off their chariot wheels, that they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, "Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord fights for them against the Egyptians." But it was too late, wasn't it? Now whose turn was it to panic? Chariot wheels were sticking and coming off. Their frightened horses were rearing up, and everything was going wrong. The cloud changed into a pillar of fire. Thunder crashed and lightning flashed. Psalm 77, verses 17 and 18 give us a little bit more of the picture. Let's see here. I should have just marked it yesterday. There we go. 77, verses 17 and 18. The clouds poured out water, and the skies sent out a sound. Thine arrows also went abroad. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven, and the lightnings lightened the world. The earth trembled and shook. Nobody in Pharaoh's army was now thinking about capturing the slaves. They were all frantically trying to turn around and go back. But it was too late. What did God tell Moses to do in Exodus 14, verses 26 through 30? And the Lord said to Moses, "Stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come up again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen." And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned its strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, and the Lord overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. But the children of Israel walked upon the dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. Thus the Lord saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, and Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. I bet that gave them comfort to know that they wouldn't ever be chased by those Egyptians again. Finally, they were gone. Wicked Pharaoh's army that had chased them was gone. Satan and his evil angels had done everything they could think of to keep the children of Israel from leaving Egypt, but they had lost the battle. Now think about this. Think of all the suffering and trouble that was caused by Pharaoh's stubborn choices. 10 terrible plagues came to his country. Can you name them all? Satan is a cruel master, isn't he? And just think of all those poor innocent people who followed him, who followed Pharaoh and listened to him and believed that their gods were stronger. It's very sad because they had punishments just right along with him. All because he wouldn't listen to God and soften his heart.